Well, residents of Mpumalanga Township in KwaZulu-Natal, where political violence between the IFP and the ANC reached near breaking point in the 80s and early 90s, say that they live in peace, but that the scars of that turbulent time have not healed. The township was the first to strike a peace deal that ended the violence, which also won international acclaim. The SABC visited some of the victims and survivors of the violence in Mpumalanga following the passing of one of the main political role players of the time, that of course being the founder of the IFP, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. We'll bring you that package, of course, on that community of Mpumalanga Township. First, though, let's cross now to our reporter, Simphiwe Makhanya, who is joining us from KwaZulu-Natal, who's been keeping a close eye as well on proceedings leading up to the funeral of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi in Ulundi. Simphiwe, good morning to you. I mean, what are we expecting to see today? What have you seen so far?
Well, Naledi, those preparations are well underway, for the body of a former IFP president and President Emeritus, that's Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, to basically leave this mortuary where we are in Ulundi, making, of course, his final journey home at Mahlabathini here in Ulundi. The journey, Naledi, is about 10 kilometers from the town of Ulundi to the rural village of Mahlabathini. As you can see there in your visuals, a lot of movement from this mortuary where the body of the founder of the IFP, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, has been kept since his departure this past weekend. And of course, we have been in a conversation with the owner of the Iceboletu mortuary where the body has been kept for the past week, and she was basically giving us a breakdown in terms of the preparations for this all important day for the Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi family, as they are going to be expected to arrive here around 10 o'clock or so, or rather around 11, where they are going to then start the process of basically preparing his body for it to then be moved to the home that is at KwaPindangen residence. We can tell you now, Naledi, that those thousands of Amabutho are getting ready, to be making their way here, where they are going to be accompanying the body as it makes its way to Prince Mangosuthu's home. And as I speak to you, the bodyguards who had been, a part of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's basically life, basically were guarding him for over 20 years, some of them, they are still here, seeing to it that all is done accordingly before the Prince leaves this particular mortuary where we are for the final journey now home. And of course, we are expecting thousands of IFP supporters and thousands of Amabutho, the Zulu regiments, to be part of that particular process of accompanying the body of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. And as you have alluded in your introduction, that tomorrow there's going to be the funeral then of the Prince, which has been declared by the President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, as a special official funeral category 1, where he is expected to deliver the eulogy. But at the moment, there has not been much movement in terms of the number of people that we're expecting to be gathering here. But we can certainly tell you that from what we have been told by the people who are in charge of organizing this particular process, that the preparations are well underway. And of course, according to the Amazulu custom or cultural rituals, we are expecting that body to arrive at KwaPindangen residence before sunset. Naledi.
Yeah, I want to actually just have a more international conversation with you, really, about Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. I mean, just from an international point of view, we're not talking about somebody that isn't known, even on the international stage. I want to actually bring this in, which is an interesting fact here, on quick facts about Prince Buthelezi. People don't know this, but he actually earned a place in the Guinness Book of Records for delivering the longest ever political speech, which was a 400-page oratory that spanned 5 days. I mean, this is one of the more fascinating sides of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Considering that we're getting closer to his funeral, Simphiwe, I mean, what are we seeing in terms of international guests as well that are attending, when you also think about the fact that the Zulu nation is known globally?
Indeed, Naledi, that comes as no surprise because Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi has been the longest-serving member of, South African Parliament, having been part of the Parliament formation since 1994. For 29 years, basically, he's been a member of Parliament, and also leading the Inkatha Freedom Party since it was formed in 1975 up until 2019, where he then took the reins and gave to the current president of the IFP, that's Velenkosini Hlabisa. But of course, he's known for many roles. I mean, he was also the traditional prime minister for over 7 decades, having served under 3 key AmaZulu kings. Many of the people that we have been interacting with throughout the week have been telling us really of their memories of the prince, and also saying that he has played an immense role in uniting, or trying rather, to unite the AmaZulu nation. And of course, we are going to be speaking to those supporters, thousands of them that are expected to be making their way here. Some come from, as far as Umlazi Township, some from Kwamashu hostels, to be coming here rather to, seeing to it that they form part of the process of sending the prince home for his final journey. And of course, Naledi, as you said in your introduction, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, has been hailed for a number of things, especially here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But who can forget, Naledi, that he was also, at some point appointed by the former, President of South Africa, President Nelson Mandela, as the first, Minister of Home Affairs from 1994, Naledi.
Yeah, very, very interesting. I think it was the former president of Nigeria who, speaking about Prime Minister of the AmaZulu nation, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, said that he was a man who lived many lives, that of course being the former president of Nigeria, Obasanjo. And I want to actually do this and just throw a few facts at you that are really quite interesting around Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. I don't know if you know this, but he has been appointed acting president of the country 22 times. I mean, that is really quite interesting. And then, can you believe that Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi had a short stint as an actor, as a thespian, having played the Zulu king Cetshwayo, who was his grandfather, in the film Zulu. That was in 1964. Very, very fascinating. We're going to keep you updated, of course, as we see the body of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi making its way to Mahlabathini in KwaZulu-Natal. Simphiwe Makhanya is our reporter in Ulundi, bringing us that story.